The fans are coming in behind everybody.
I think the Red Patch Boys showed up.
This is a surreal scene.
And Marc Gasol knows what to do with this.
I've learned two things about Marc Gasol. One, he's an NBA champion. Two, he cannot dance.
Look at Gasol, he's adorable.
This is pure.
Let him have this moment.
Pure Spanish influence. He knows what this is. Although that may be now known as the Marc Gasol dance.
Is that what we're calling that?
Well, the double arms extended. There you go. Back to the Marc Gasol dance.
And look.
The lengths that people are going to catch a glimpse of this history in the making.
Paul Jones, Eric Smith, and Marc Gasol, who might be
he has a spotter.
The favorite.
Gasol was mentioning
and the first star.
His intake of beer. I'm not saying anything, but I'm just saying. He was saying he's been enjoying some beer.
I don't. You know what, Dina? I don't see it.
You don't see it?
I see a happy guy. I see a guy who busted his tail, came close to making the finals. He's one of the best international players of his generation.
Yeah.
And I just see an excited man.
Talented
That's all I
family.
see.
Talented brother also.
Pau, I'm sure Pau's happy for him.
First two brothers, one to be traded for each other on draft day, and two to win NBA championships. And Mark had to wait for his. And that's why you see the prayers.
Yes. It goes mid-deuce. Mid-deuce. Festa, festa.
I love him. He said his daughter was so happy. She said, you got the silver ring, and now you got the gold ring, Dad.
Nice to see people enjoying themselves who work hard.
Welcome back to the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host, Ajit. There's no big boy Bravs, but we got Thanos back on the podcast.
What it do?
This is going to be a quick and short video. Just a shout out to Marc Gasol. He's officially out of the NBA. The Lakers traded him with I believe, a second round pick to the Memphis Grizzlies. You know, once they signed DeAndre Jordan, the writing was on the wall. As Marc Gasol, he didn't turn out to be what he was supposed to be for them, like what he did for the Raptors in that 2019 championship run. But the silver lining within all this is the fact that his career came around full circle. He got traded from the Grizzlies to Toronto, and he ends off his career back with the Grizzlies. They waived him officially today, and he's going to stay in Spain with his family and play there. But we didn't give our roses to Marc Gasol like we were supposed to, because before he made a decision to leave the Raptors to go to the Lakers, there were rumors and speculations about him going to Spain, just like how he wants to go and finish his career off now. But we never got to really appreciate him because he wasn't here for so long. He was officially traded to the Raptors on February 8th, 2019. That's when he played his first game against the Knicks. And his career averages, he averaged 14 points, 7.4 rebounds, 3.4 assists. And I believe 2019 was probably his best year in terms of his career accolades. You know, he got his championship with the Raptors, beating Golden State in 6 games. And then he went over to Europe in the FIBA championship and won a gold medal there. So, I mean, 2019, I believe, was his best year overall. Even though he had a longer tenure with the Memphis Grizzlies, I believe he accomplished the most with the Toronto Raptors. And
in a short span too, right?
Exactly. That midseason trade, we didn't know how it was going to pan out. But Marc Gasol was a huge ingredient to that championship recipe. He was the final piece of the puzzle for us to win that championship. And in that championship run, he went crazy. He was one of those main pieces we need to stop a lot of those bigger centers that were there, whether it was Nikola Vucevic with the Orlando Magic. He shut him down. Joel Embiid, he was a big factor in shutting him down. And then Brook Lopez, even though there was a lot of scrutiny with Marc Gasol, those first 2 games against Milwaukee, he came back, bounced back. He had a big game, whether it was shooting big threes at home in games 3 and 4 or having no-look passes to Pascal for an and one. You know, he was a big part of that. And I just wanted to come here, you know, shout him out. He's in the background. But
I wouldn't, sorry to just add on to your point, I wouldn't say like he was the best offensively during that run.
Oh yeah.
Like he did have his moments, but I think he came pretty clutch for defense and like just playmaking, just seeing any open players like to dish it out to.
Mhm.
But offensively, he wasn't. It started declining after that championship season.
Yeah, I think that whole run with the Raptors and also with Spain, I believe that wore him out, and I think he was done after that. He should have retired. But he wanted to go for one more championship with the Lakers because his brother obviously won a championship there, 2 to be exact, with Kobe Bryant. So he wanted to kind of, put him on there. And because he was initially the Lakers pick, he was a second-round pick, 40th pick by the Lakers before they used him and traded him to Memphis for his brother, Pau Gasol. And I mean, I think he did enough for the Raptors that year. I know he was up and down with the offense. He definitely wasn't the player he was in Memphis because he wasn't the go-to guy, along with his fighting partner, Mike Conley, in Memphis. They had the grit and grind down there with Tony Allen, Zach Randolph, Mike Conley, and Marc Gasol. So, they had their moments there. They obviously didn't get to the ultimate goal in terms of winning a championship, but they got to the conference finals, but they got swept by the Spurs. And he won a Defensive Player of the Year. He's a 2012, 2013 Defensive Player of the Year. I think that was the year LeBron James was supposed to win it. When he was in his prime. I think he talked about it once Marc Gasol went to the Lakers. LeBron was kind of like, yo, that should have been my Defensive Player of the Year. And then joked around about it. And he also 3-time All-Star. The man deserves his roses, right? The man deserves his roses.
Exactly.
And, I know he didn't really have the best success with the Lakers, and he's going to be remembered for that because everyone's always about recency bias. But what he meant to the Toronto Raptors, only Raptor fans know because they watch every single game throughout the season, what the man can do from the post, whether it's getting a back cutter or, anything. His threes were always so magical when it went in. His passes to Norman Powell was always amazing off the back cuts. And I'm like, as I'm saying this, I'm remembering all the moments.
He's like I don't know, to me, he seems like an older version of Jokic, in my opinion. Like just the whole passing.
He was
like
Jokic
he sees the floor so nicely. Like even before the defenders notice it, like he'll make the right pass. And that's what we needed, right?
Him and Jokic have similar games, and when Marc Gasol was in his prime, he was killing shit, bro. If you go back and see his prime days with Memphis, there was a specific game against the San Antonio Spurs in the playoffs. It was a double OT game. Marc Gasol was going off crazy, hitting clutch shots. Kawhi was doing the same thing too, which is kind of crazy because they both ended up on the same team winning a ring. But, for years, the San Antonio Spurs and Memphis Grizzlies were going at it back and forth. And even one time, I believe the Grizzlies were the 8th seed and they knocked off the Spurs, who were number 1 seed back in the days. It was crazy.
He's definitely going to get his jersey retired in Memphis.
Oh, 100%.
Sure, right?
Because Zach Randolph and stuff are getting their jerseys retired. So for sure, Marc Gasol is going to get a jersey retired. Someone pulled up the stat. I was watching it somewhere recently where he's only 49 points behind Mike Conley for the all-time leading scorer for the Grizzlies. But he's not going to come back and get that. And even if he did, it's going to take him like maybe 5-6 games the way he scores now.
Yeah.
He did win 2 silver medals with the Spanish national team in 2008 in Beijing and then 2012 in London, losing to the U.S., which is not a bad thing because the U.S. is just loaded, right?
Yeah.
Team USA is just loaded. And then in the World Cup in Japan 2006 and in China in 2019, they won the gold medal. And then the FIBA Eurobasket, they won in 2009 in Poland and 2011 in Lithuania. And then got silver in 2007 and then got bronze in 2013 and 2017 in Slovenia and Turkey. The man, what can you say? I mean, one of his biggest highlights with the Raptors was the championship parade, right? The man was so drunk, he was wiling out. No one saw that side of him, but the man loves his beer, and he was going crazy. And, yeah, I just wanted to, like I said, come on here, just shout him out.
That's pretty funny. It was funny, though. Just seeing him chugging a bottle of beer.
He was going crazy. He literally was living his life. A couple more of his accolades was he was an All-NBA first team in 2015, All-NBA second team in 2013, NBA All-Defensive second team in 2013, NBA All-Rookie second team in 2009. I don't understand this. If he won Defensive Player of the Year that year, how did he get NBA All Defensive Second Team? He won the Defensive Player of the Year. Shouldn't he be first team?
The hell? What? That makes no sense.
I'm sure that was the year, right? Yeah, it should be.
It's 2015, right?
No.
Was it
2013.
2013. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, the whole Jokic comparison, like, it actually makes sense because when Marc Gasol came into the league, Marc Gasol was overweight too, right? Just like Jokic.
Yeah, and he lost his weight.
So, like, it's a lot. It's a pretty similar thing going on, you know?
Him, Kevin Love, and Jokic. They're all amazing three-point shooters, and they all can pass the ball really well. But 11 seasons with Memphis, a season and a half with the Raptors, and then 1 season with the Lakers, and he's calling it a career. Thank you, Marc Gasol, for your contributions to the Raptors championship. You probably won't get your jersey retired with us, but your legacy will live on forever. And if you feel like you didn't live up to the Gasol name, you definitely did. The championship was just a nail in the coffin, the stamping to solidify your career. And now you can peacefully go into the sunset and live with your family, enjoy your family, and enjoy the rest of your time in Spain. Any final thoughts before we wrap this up? That's going to do it for this video. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Show my boy Marc Gasol some love. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to it. What are y'all waiting for? Stop slacking, bro. And the Raptors will be back for another championship run sooner rather than later. But till then, stay blessed, stay woke, and please stay safe. Peace!
The price I want for sure you gon' need.